my life.
And then the contrived moments that no one in a relationship does, like
the goddamn spinning. Can I ask? Okay. I'm not
you're allowed to
now.
speak.
Yes. Okay. You've all seen the cheesy, romantic comedy movies where, in your hands, yes, we spin, we twirl, and it's magical, and we look into each other's eyes, and we know everything will be all right. No one really spins. If you see somebody spin, call a doctor, they're having a seizure. Or your 3-minute trailer, and at the 37 mark, I had to turn it off because they spun for 20 seconds straight. No one spins. No one spins. I can't handle spinning. I don't spin. There's no spinning.
You never think, hey, I'm going to spin in the rain. When's the last time you spun in the rain, guys?
I've never spun in... I don't know. No.
I did it when I was 10.
I did when I was little, yeah.
Yes, you do it when you're little. Because
but it's not a romantic, the love of my life and I'm spinning in love.
Exactly.
That's like, look, rain. There was a montage of spinning. What's her name? Cassandra?
Yeah.
Cassandra spun, and then Lucas spun, and then they spun together. And there's rain and sunshine.
Oh, and that's how she got over her phobia, I think, that scene.
Spinning.
Not only over her
cures
phobia.
everything.
She took her shirt off in that scene, too. So that's, like, way over her phobia. And then they're hugging and crap, and it's like...
They're hugging on the cover.
This is no phobia.
They're hugging on the cover.
Yes, on a beach.
Right after they finish spinning.
With the sparkling water.
With apparently a bolt of lightning striking her down.
No, it missed her.
Oh, yeah,
it
missed her. Just by a hair. I don't know. I don't want to get too mean, because it is, after all, a 16-year-old girl movie, but it was literally like gouging my eyes out. I love Brock immensely. I guess I know it. I know, it wasn't even $1. I guess I know my limits of how poor I am. I found out I'm not that poor. I'm willing to spend $1 on a piece of shite. But
it was an experience.
And I still love Brock. I tested my love of Brock, and I still love him after this.
There you go. God, how about the little brother having that deep moment?
Exactly.
About
little brother
love. No kid, no boy that young gives a crap about romance, okay?
I know little boys that little.
He's certainly not going to give his big brother a pep talk about it.
Exactly.
The spinning.
She's broken now. It's broken her.
The movie broke her.
I'm a shell of a person.
It's really sad. We don't know how we're going to get her back.
You could pay me something besides Oreos.
Fine, so you just be quiet and listen.
Exactly. Triple stuff. Next time you get to reduced fat.
What are you trying to say?
Really? I'm going to say something?
Yeah, really?
Miss 80 pounds soaking wet? Yeah, that's a true fact.
We don't recommend it, is what we're saying.
I don't
unless you want to laugh.
And
it is good for that.
And here's a fair warning, people. If you haven't seen these movies, we're not going to recommend a lot of them.
No.
I've watched a lot, and I'm not recommending any of them so far.
Yeah, me neither.
I want to find one.
Honestly,
my goal is to find one movie
that
one of the small people are in that I like. One movie. So far, me.
Yeah, it's not been a successful run. We're hoping to find a gem in there somewhere.
Yeah, I know. A hidden gem, something nice. Here's a Fandom on Demand clarity moment. I am one of those people that will legitimately watch anything something supernatural is in.
She will.
I've watched almost it all. I've watched all of Jared. I've watched all of Jensen. And I've almost watched all of Misha. And after a traumatizing yard sale moment that shall not be mentioned, where I broke down and my mother literally legitimately had to tell me to let it go, she was there.
Oh God.
And I heard stories and I was sad.
It was like spinning.
Did you spin with her to make her feel better?
You know what? I didn't.
I have to share this story.
Failure.
I have to share this story so viewers out there will understand.
This won't be mentioned 2 seconds later. I have to tell you all.
My father, he found a box of DVDs. Did not tell me about these box of DVDs. I didn't look at them. I love movies and TV.
Oh, this is the saddest story in the world.
I set up a yard sale where I was selling my goodies, and he was selling his crap.
Yeah, listen.
And a woman comes up with a DVD. And there's a bunch of little pictures of people in it. And I'm like, and she's like, how much is this DVD? And at first I'm looking down, and I'm like, all DVDs are $2 unless marked otherwise. And then and then I look at the DVD, and the picture was like this big, and only a supernatural person could tell. It was about this big, and I'm like, leaning forward slightly, one hand going up slightly, and I'm like, and then she's like, I think I want it. And then this time with me going, and she's saying, I want it. It was Misha Collins' movie. It was, what was it? Something Home. Finding Home? It was Finding Home. Sorry, it was Finding Home. And I'm like, and all I can do is, and my dad's like taking the money. And then she walks away with Misha. It was literally like Sophie's choice without the choice. I never had a choice. And Tabby's like,
Misha slip away from her.
And she's like, why didn't you tell her she couldn't buy it? And I'm like, I didn't know.
Why didn't you tackle her to the ground?
And then, because society standards says that's bad.
But Misha! You've never known. No.
And then I was like, I think that was Misha Collins. My mother was like, it wasn't. She kept saying, it's not. People kept around me and said, Natalie, what's the chances your father got a Misha Collins movie? Well, I don't understand. Where these box of DVDs come that I didn't get to review them first. And they're like, he got them in stuff. It looked like a bunch of crap.
Did you lose my cookie? Oh, you weren't gonna eat it.
This looks like a bunch of crap. And then I'm like, and then she was like, well, what was the name of the movie? And I'm like, Finding Home. And she goes inside, because this is an outside yard sale. She comes outside, and she looked horrified. And she's like, Natalie, I'm so sorry. I could not let this go for the entire day.
Just the day?
More like the week.
I
had to tell everybody.
I'm still mad.
I had to tell everybody.
I feel with regret. I should have been there.
And I told my mother.
This woman.
No, I was there.
I told my mother, you realize now I'm going to have to buy this online. Because I eventually buy it all. I mean, look what I bought for $1.11, and it's clearly not worth $1.11 to anyone except rock fans. It was like a total of like, there's very few. Yes, there's this group right here. It was like, oh, Brock Kelly, yay! We get excited if he came walking down the street. Traumatizing yard sale moment. I hope none of this ever happens. Yeah, fun little excerpt, Fandom on demand. It can be an outtake. I don't know.
Cautionary tale. Please check before you sell. You might give away Misha.
Or make sure what your parents are selling. Like, oh, we didn't think you wanted it. You complained about how crappy it was, but it had so-and-so in it.
That's all that matters.
That is all that matters.
Do you think we watched Devour because we liked the script?
I know, that we understood what was going on.
Do you think we watched Boogeyman 2 because it's the greatest horror film of this decade?
And the deep symbolism?
So, that was Faded Memories. Sort of. Bad movie. Yeah. Don't watch it. I mean, if you love Brock that much, then sure, because you don't have a whole lot of options. Like with Misha, you really don't, so.
The main theme, supernatural movies. The supernatural cast movies. Why do we watch it? Because what else is there to watch?
Yeah.
And our love runs deep. Goodbye. We love you all. We love you, Brock, still. I will continue to drink your Kool-Aid. I'll eat your cookies.
Yeah.
We still love you. Still much hugs. If you call on the street, I'd still be excited. Everyone's got to start somewhere. That's the end of this review. Like this movie, it just ends with a...
Yeah.
What just happened?